Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Transports. This is the last video of 2024 and it's not an edited video, it's just a usual one take job. Right, so these days you've seen a few videos. I've been publishing less because I wasn't well. I had this nasty cold after the flu, and but I've managed to do various things. The station is finished, minus one part, but we'll talk about that when we talk about the station. And I've been working on the signal box. So what have I done on the signal box and what we're going to do right now? So I've taken care of the interior. So I'm going to get a pencil to point. So, okay, this bench and this table were already here. They were just grey plastic. I painted them brown. I added two wee chairs. I'm going to add a couple of railwaymen to this. So now we're going to begin reassembling, and we'll have to wait for the railwaymen to show up. Some figurines, and I've had a look. I'm going to get them. Because yes, as Alberto was saying, it would look very nice with a couple of railwaymen, of signalmen inside. And anyway, we've still quite a few details to finish, including refitting the banister on one side of the stairs. But we'll do that in a separate video. But what we're going to do now, we're going to have a look at what improvements I made to this to the model, and we're going to start reassembling it. Okay, so let's have a look. As you can see, I've painted the board green. I decided to paint it green to reduce the plasticky effect, and I also painted the back of the levers, where the levers are, green. I've painted the levers according to, I had a look at a few photographs. So we've got 3-point levers, 3 signal levers, 1 away signal, which is yellow, and 1 free unused lever. So that's pretty realistic. There's only 8 of them. I based it on a British signal box. I didn't find a picture of the interior of the French one, but anyway, a touch of colour, it makes it look more realistic. Here there's some dark brown, simply because when I was painting this last night, I gave it a second coat of the paint sort of ran down and made a kind of green splodge there. I decided just to give it a bit of brown just to cover the green here, but it doesn't really matter. There's a wall, the walls are here, so it's not really visible. This great big enormous hole, I've not really decided what I'm going to do with this big hole yet. I had considered patching it over, because these are my wonderful high-tech lights. So this string of Christmas lights in warm white, battery operated, there we go. These should be sufficient to illuminate all the buildings on the Chapelon Crosti 90 by 100 centimeter layout, or as I also like to call it, the square yard. It's nearly a square yard. And my idea is that I've not really decided where I'm going to position this thing. Here's got itself tied up in a knot as usual. Anyway, let's say that the idea is, let's say that we decide to put if I decide to fit the battery closest to the signal box, it'll be the first one. And what I can do, I can put this small plastic, this is off a tube of granules that I use for my various ailments, and I can actually fit that, glue this in here, I don't even need to make it stick out too much, just like that, at floor level, oops, and I can use glue and glaze to do that, say like that. And this way, this will act as a lampshade for the lower part of the building, the two lower floors, and it'll also shine up here and spread the light nicely and make it very nice. And when I just pop this here on the line, this bit here will be sticking up, and it just sits nicely just sort of sits in here like that, you see. So this is the general idea. Let's not break anything because it wouldn't be a very bad idea anyway. Okay, so say like so, more or less, something of the kind. Okay, but of course it's not, this will be done shortly, hopefully shortly. Okay, so that's about the lights. And I'm a bit annoyed I didn't buy more of these ones here in warm white, because I went to the Chinese shop up the road where they sell all sorts of stuff, and I would have liked to buy some more of these warm white bulbs, strings of LEDs, but they only have coloured ones. I didn't see any warm white. Maybe I was already, I didn't see properly, but I'll have to go back. I was also very, very busy before Christmas, then after I got the flu, so I'd like to see if I can manage to get some more of these, because these are really good. They're very good, these ones here. I'm not interested in green ones, of course. They're good only for the Christmas tree. Okay, so having done that, without further ado, which is a classic expression that I hear very much on YouTube, let's do something about this thing. So we've got to refit some parts. So we've got all our bits and pieces in this X fridge box. So we're going to reassemble this. We'll be reassembling it in installments, of course, because I'm going to use glue and glaze. I'm not using Tamiya cement, because Tamiya cement, everything is irregular here. Sadly, I wasn't able to remove the two side walls from the floor, so I wasn't able to dismantle it completely. And as you can see, these are not, this is sticking out more than this one, so there will be no real right angles of the properly. So it'll be a little bit wonky. I'm going to try and limit the wonkiness. Anyway, so this is one side, like that, and the other one will be over here like this. So we're there more or less. So this is our building. So what is a bit irregular, we'll fill it up with glue. Then luckily glue and glaze is you can paint over it, so we'll be able to touch things up with some grey paint. So it's okay. Right, we're going to begin. It would have been too good if I'd been able to dismantle it completely and reassemble it properly, but that was not possible. So let's just get going as it is. So let's begin from the beginning. We'll begin from this end here, and we'll get this thing here glued together. If we can get the cap off the glue. It's a bit glued up. Right, I'm getting a pair of close-up specs to see what I'm doing. Very well, here we go. I'm going to put the spot of glue here on this piece of paper, and we'll get going. I don't know what you can see, if you can see so low down. Yes, you can. Okay. Perfect. So I'm just going to use a toothpick to spread the glue as usual. Let's see if I'm not sticking out of... Okay, right. Bob's your uncle. Okay, so let's get this. Apply some glue and glaze here. I hope you avoided the flu, because it's really a very unpleasant flu this year, with a very long-lasting cold. Very long-lasting cold. Okay. I always like to put this glue on an old bit of card or something, not just pour it on. And this way I can apply it with a toothpick and find it the best solution. there's a missing bit of framing here that we'll have to, so once it's reassembled, we'll replace the missing parts of framing, the bits that are lost. So that'll get done at the end. Right. And I hope you had a relaxing period during the Christmas holidays, and we see out this year, 2024, and hopefully 2025 will be an interesting year, and maybe, but I'm not talking about what's going on in the world because it's best not to. Today's, what day is today? I don't even know what day it is. Probably, I don't know, it's Tuesday, and I haven't done it. This is the first week since October that I haven't continued work on the model kit Tuesday. So tomorrow will be New Year. We'll do something for New Year. We have to continue work on the. Apart from the fact I'll be up plenty of time, so once this is setting, I might actually do some more work on the Bedford double lorry. Okay, but this is a bit like a model kit, isn't it? Right, let's get this here and make sure things are as square as possible. It's easier said than done, isn't it? This is a problem when you buy second-hand stuff. I'm going to add some more over here. In fact, I think I'm just going to be generous. I'm just going to squirt it on with I'm just going to go directly with a bottle because I'll be here until next year, and let's just be generous. Okay. And okay. Right. Let's just do that. It would have been good if I'd been able to get the thing dismantled completely, but that was not feasible. Righto. Now I'm going to hold this in position a wee bit, just enough to let's see if we have something in to keep my hands clean. Excuse me, I'm getting a bit of paper. Here it is. Piece of kitchen paper, very useful. Okay, so more or less we're there. Now I'm going to get quickly a cotton bud and we're just going to, the good thing of glue and glaze, as I've told you in many other videos, is that it's transparent, so you can work it down like that. Actually, I might just cut a piece and just stick it in here while the glue's wet. That might do our job. That might be a brilliant idea. This way we take advantage of the glue and we don't waste resources. Right, let's get the cutter fast. It's a bit wider than 2. This is 2mm styrene, so it's a wee bit wider, but let's see if we can just stick it in, and anything else will compensate with. Now I want to make sure, give me a blacker pencil. This is us. I'm just going to mark that right there, like that. I'm cutting it, and I'm getting that fitted right away. Are you coming? Bingo. Right, let's just add a wee bit of glue on there like that. This will also help hold everything together, because it's really in a pretty shoddy way, this thing here. Okay, let's get a pair of tweezers. Let's see when I have to blow my nose again. That would have been good to cut a part slightly wider, you know, directly to fit it absolutely perfect, but we'll just do like this, and then we'll paint it grey, and then with the glue and glaze. And once the glue and glaze is dried, it's okay, because I can actually maybe add a wee strip or something to this, and let's see if maybe I can push it in position right like that, and like that. Okay, righto. I'm just spreading the glue and glaze so that it stays, there aren't any kind of blobby effects. If it fills up anyway, then it, here we go. I have to hold stuff in position here. This is a problem now, working with this. Right, let's do, we'll have to press it in place. Okay, but the actual weight of this contraption will do the job. Okay, let's get the other side glued on and see what goes on. Let's just put the glue on there like that. This is the trickiest bit, because I can't use a glue. I need to have a glue that I can maneuver, you see, I can handle. But of course glue and glaze doesn't set. It's not a quick setting glue, so I'm being generous, because even if I have more glue than what's necessary, generally I don't abandon glue, but considering I have to fill in gaps, all sorts of things, I'm being generous with the glue this time here. Right, fantastic. Let's get this in here in position. Okay, how's that coming along? I'm putting the lid on the glue because we don't need it right now. Let's put the cap on the knife, because then we'll get our fingers cut, and then it won't be a great video. This side here seems to be less problematic, you know. This side here is less of a... Right. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now I would nearly think I could put an elastic band on this, but I don't trust putting a rubber band on it at all, because it might just buckle, and that would be really a mess. Give me another toothpick to see what the hell's going on here. Okay, that's sort of good like that. Okay, that's in position. Let's just rub that like that. Okay. It's a pretty tricky job, huh? Should actually have a bit of water here to wet one of these, but I've only got some very dirty water. I've actually got some drinking water there, which it might be not a good idea to be able to continue to drink it. Let's get a spot of water in this bowl, this wee bowl here. Okay. Right. Okay, I'm wetting wetting the cotton bud to sort of wipe away and dry, you see, the excess. Apart from the fact it can be done at the end, any excess can be wiped off at the very end. Okay, now, I'd say that's quite good considering the state of the building, which is far from being in pristine condition. In fact, look at the thing up here, it's all squint, look at that, load of rubbish. Here it's not very straight. There's nothing much I can do about it up here. Let's see what happens if I do like this. Maybe I'll widen it. Ah, the back fell off. Oh, fuck. I'm not allowed to say certain words on YouTube, so I'm not going to say them. Yeah, what's it? It just fell off. Right, let's put it back on again and fast. Back on, back on. Okay, it's on again. Right, I'm just going to do this. Okay, this bit's come off again. This is really the trickiest part of the job, is doing this. Okay, more or less, we're there. But now, considering this thing here is all squint and nothing is aligned, I'm going to just let it set like this. In the meantime, the glue will set, and I'm beginning to overheat, beginning to get hot, get a very itchy head. Okay, so we're going to have to make the best of a bad thing. What happened to that? Oh, it came off. You came off, you silly, what's its name? It just came off. Right, you can stay on there and behave yourself. Probably glued onto the... Okay, so that's glued on like that. And probably we'll glue another bit on top of it. Okay, right. I think we're just going to let this thing here, leave it here, let it dry, and not look at it. We're not going to look at it anymore, we're just going to let it dry. Once it's dry, it'll be super solid, because this is tough stuff once it's dry, but it's not the easiest of jobs. This is a problem. Not at all. Here it'll be a wee bit easier because we can actually go on to here and lean things on here like that. So what I'm going to do now, after doing this, once the glue's set, I'm going to fit the framing here, build up the gable ends, and then I'll fit these. I'll fit these on. And I might fit them on one at a time and make an edited video just to make sure things are straight, because it's better to lean it on its side, let the glue set, and then I'll edit the video. But these two here, there was no point in doing an edited video for this kind of stuff here, because it really is fundamental to get them glued in position and make sure that they're straight. Because one of the problems was, when we began, when I got this side here, or one side was actually lower. It was all squint, it was all standing, it was all wonky. Oh, this thing is not collaborating at all. It's gluing itself onto the, excuse me. Maybe if we okay, I'm going to do a clever thing here. Let's get a little bit of tape and we'll just put some tape on it to make sure that it sets. That things set without coming off. Alright. In fact, I'm just going to do like this. Okay, how's that? It's alright. Definitely is going to need some more glue posted in there, maybe some other bits of framing. It needs to be corrected. But once it's assembled, that's an easy repair. Once it's glued together, it's okay. The important thing is that this thing here has to set now and not fall to bits. Okay. Another one. And we'll do the same job over at this end. I'm not putting it tight, it's just to hold it in position, you see. Here we go. Just to hold it there. And that's okay. Right. So we're just going to let this thing here dry, set now, and we'll look at it next year, which is in now about an hour and a half from now, so we're okay. Right, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. It was a bit long. What did I do here? 27 minutes. And I'll wish you all a very happy new year, a happy end of this hour and a half we've got here, GMT +1. Of course, it's already 11:30 in the UK, and it's only 9:30 in other parts of the world I frequent, in Romania. And I wish you a very happy end of year, a very happy new year. And Hogmanay is a very important holiday for me. I'm half Scottish, and so we really enjoy Hogmanay. We're going to just at home, me and my wife. Tomorrow we're seeing my parents, my sister, her family. Soon we skipped Christmas because we weren't very well. And what else can I show you? I'd like to get the trains going these days because I'm really working hard to get at least this signal box sort of as ready as possible to be able to position it on the layout. But I had these odds and ends here. We still have to have a look at the goods depot, but that's easy. We have to do the blackout of that, and I'll be doing a video. I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have a look at that, and we'll assemble it. We'll black it out. We'll do the whole. I think we'll do the lot in maybe a couple of videos, and to get some trains running. So before we'll begin the year, painting the grass, the roads, etc., and getting the layout, the Chapelon Crosti, that's its HO name, ready. And then we'll also be able to think of then, the next job will be to make the 00 guys. Okay, cheerio, happy new year, buon anno, anno fericit for Romanian, and see you next year. Ciao, ciao.